endlessly searching for an original sound.
Just thank myself, because without my contributions to the title squad, we wouldn't be standing here today, I don't think. Joking aside, that's really not a joke. But joking aside is I'm honored to have been part of Spawn and to take place in issue 300, and thanks to DC for getting out of my way when I was in the midst of what I'm doing right now, was the last man on earth to do some Spawn 300. And so I just got to tell you, when Todd McFarlane first phoned me up, he had to first spend like 5-10 minutes on the phone convincing me it was actually Todd McFarlane. Right? Because Todd McFarlane, oh, sure, okay. Somebody busted my ass. So I had just taken over X-Force. And Todd's going, I'd like you to come and do some work for me. And I go, are you crazy? I just got handed X-Force at Marvel, you know, one of the most prestigious titles. You really think I'm going to come and work for your little upstart company that can just pull up tent, pull up stakes, and disappear overnight? And he called me a pussy and hung up. And obviously, they didn't pull up stakes and hold their tent. And in fact, now we're standing here to celebrate Todd McFarlane's achievement of breaking all records. But I'm really not very well. And so that number could have been 500. He won't quit until he at least beats by one. I mean, that's just the way he rolls. So anyway, without any further delay, I'll get the next person up here in line. Who'll be the smarter talker, right? I'm just being entertainment. Thanks for coming. And Eric Stevenson.
Greg's a tough act to follow. I know we're here as currently seen. But Todd has had a remarkable career. He redefined Spider-Man in Marvel Comics back at the end of the 1980s. He relaunched an all-new Spider-Man comic. The first big #1 in a long time in 1991 was Spider-Man, which at the time set the record for the biggest print run on a Spider-Man comic on a comic in a long time. He launched Image Comics with his partners and launched Spawn, which the highest launching independent comic ever, and today we're here to celebrate another important record in Todd's career. And to do that, we are going to bring out Claire Stevens from the Guinness World Book of Records. Claire. Okay, go. Yeah, let's get Todd up here as well.
If you give me a moment. Before we get started, I think Greg got it wrong. This isn't an award for Todd McFarlane. This is an award for a book. And the book has been going for 27 years.
Yeah!
And it's come on the backs of many, many, many people's hard work, right? And without those great people, one of the great sort of joys I've had in those 27 years of having to be a creator myself and having creative freedom is I also had the freedom to be able to choose who I wanted to work on my book. There isn't a single person that worked on my book that I didn't approve of. Actually, I got to hand select them. And it was one of the great joys of my life to be able to go after people that I was a fan of, or I knew that they were a great peer or they did better than me. So I'm going to bring some of those who will indulge me up to the stage because each one of them along the way had a part in it. Before we let me just give you a couple of names of people who are absent, who deserve a lot of credit. Number one, Danny Mickey, an inker who did Brian Haberlin colored and edited and did some writing support. And then a young gentleman jumped on the boat from issue 201 and did a run from 201 all the way to 250. Shimon Kudranski did 50 issues in a row, right, non-stop, right? And the only person who done that, obviously, is one of the people I'll be bringing up here. I don't know if Tom, is Tom Mordekowski here? Tom, he was here earlier in the show. Tom Mordekowski, let me just say, ladies and gentlemen, he's not here, I wish he was. Tom Mordekowski is the letterer of the book. A very unheralded part of every comic book. They're at the end of the line, and they're the one that basically have to make up everybody's time. It's a thankless job. Tom Mordekowski came on the book on issue number 1. He happened to be in 1985 the guy who inked or lettered the very first book I ever did in 1985. So, and he did all the great X-Men books that I grew up with, and I went, man, if I ever do my own book, I want Tom Mordekowski to write it. He created that logo that you guys are so familiar with. That's Tom Mordekowski's hand. Tom Mordekowski started with issue number 1. He's still the letterer. He is still the letterer. He has lettered every single book minus 1 when we were doing bi-weeklies. He gave that to his wife. So when we get next month at 302, Tom Mordekowski will have done 301 issues of lettering, which will also be a record in and of itself. So I'd like to thank Tom, like I said, which is a thankless job. It's a great pleasure of mine to see if I can bring up some great people up here. First off, Greg Capullo, come back up stage. That Greg draws the definitive Spawn, not me. I think he defines Spawn. When I actually go back and I draw it, I'm actually following his trail. Without him coming on board doing 80 plus issues of the book and then giving you that look in 300, that last page where he says, I am Spawn, right? I knew when I had that story that there was one guy that was going to be able to pull it off, wasn't going to be me. And so I'm eternally grateful to this man for basically taking that. In no particular order, so again, it doesn't mean how to bring them up, is how I love them, whatever else. I've got, right here, I've got Jonathan Galapian. Jonathan Galapian did a bunch of work on great stuff, and in that deadline of 300 and 301, he is a godsend right here. So this man basically pulled my fire out of the my bacon out of the fire. So Jonathan Galapian, come on up. There's this young man when we started getting his comic books, and I was a super admirer of him, and I couldn't really tell him because you never want the people that are younger to know that you actually think they're better than you, right? It's not a good thing because they'll always ask for a raise, right? So, but Jim Lee started his studio, and they had this kid, J. Scott Campbell, and I could just see from the moment I saw his stuff that he had a look in there, and when he jumped on board 300, it was to not only do a cover, but I go, come on, you gotta do some pages. And he hadn't done any pages for a long time. And I had to sort of see if I could get him to get 8. He got so enthusiastic before we had one day, he was gonna take it to 9 so I could do a 2-page spread. So, J. Scott Campbell coming on board. Now, he's not gonna like it, and he's gonna be old maybe, but I used to collect the books. This next man coming up here, and to me, I was less impressed at times about the perfect superhero comic books as I was about people who tried to do something different. When I saw his work, and I saw some of the stuff he did, especially he did this Batman Spectacular or something, and I saw that story, I just went, oh my God, I have another piece of a recipe on how to do capes and do mood and whatever else, and he hasn't stopped innovating his artwork. Mr. Bilson Kevin! Every now and then you also go out and you gotta, look, it takes a lot of people to get find them sometimes if you can't like afford or they're on the X-Men run, you have to find young good talent. And the young good talent, you have to hope that you're finding diamonds in the rough, right? And so I had the great pleasure to find this young kid early and give him some work, and then and I've had a handful of these kids, and all of a sudden you step back and you see them 10 years later and you go, wow, you are magnificent, and you way surpassed anything that I could ever sort of think that I could even do myself. So Mr. Clayton Crane, when you're also doing a book, I mean, I forgot, Dayne did a hell of a run for me too, right? I was very proud of like the first 150, 200 issues of Spawn that you could count on one hand the number of artists that were on that book. Todd, Greg, Angel, we were almost 150 with 3 of us, right? I never liked books when I was growing up that always changed every 3 issues. They bugged me, right? And so I was always looking for steady hands to come on. And so the current artist on the book, maybe that he wasn't built for that and hadn't been doing it per se, wasn't known for that, but I just gave him a pep talk and said, hey, I want you to see if you can sort of climb this mountain of monthlies. I know it's not fun. Let me tell you, monthlies are not fun. Every one of these people will tell you it can be a grind at some point. But he took the challenge and sort of took my book into a look that I needed to morph into that will be way closer to what that movie will look like, right? And so this is Jason Sean Alexander. Look, I didn't get to write all the book. He came in and did some great stuff, so we also need help. So Scott Snyder might show up. We'll get him up here. The last 2 gentlemen up here that I have my partner, Image Comic Books. Without Image Comic Book, then none of this exists. None of this exists. Our newest partner right here, the publisher that has helped to foster all the 70 books that we now currently do. Forget Spawn. All the current books, and I hope that some of you in here will bring some of your books up so we can do even more. I've got right here Eric Stevenson, who has been a godsend again in terms of being a guiding light to all of what we do for the new generation of image creators. So thank you to Eric Stevenson. Last but not least, but you know, again, dear to my heart, and like Greg, who gave me so much of his life. I don't know if you guys know, and I've told this story off and on, when we flew from the West Coast to the East Coast, that fateful day that we were going to go upstairs to Marvel and say, we quit. Nothing you can do. We'll quit. We're not making any demands. You just quit. We're going to go on. We're going to move. When we got on that plane, there's 4 of us in Image Comics. 4. There's Rob Liefeld, Eric Larson, and myself. We've been talking nonstop for months, right? So we had months of thinking about what we were going to do, how we were going to create this thing. And Rob Liefeld early in the game said, can I bring Jim Valentino on? Cool, the more the merrier. That was the 4. We landed in New York City. We were less than 24 hours from going up to that fateful meeting with 4 of us. And then, as I tell people my entire life, you just need dumb luck to happen in your life to be successful to a certain point. You have to hit these forks in the road. And the fork in that 24 hours happened twice. I was in New York, there was an auction going on. I was just biding my time that day. And I walk into the auction, I sit back and I'm sitting there, and there's a young man named Jim Lee sitting there. Now, Jim Lee is rocking with the X-Men stuff. Jim Lee, I'm a good salesman, and I turn to him and he goes, what are you in New York for, Todd? And I give it to him. And I sell him hard. And I know he's doing well. At that point, the best-selling book and the most popular characters in the company. But I knew if we could get him, then this message would be louder, because it was like the rebels were going, but one of the guys that supposedly would never leave was going to be there. And Jim phoned me back about 2-3 hours later and said, it sounds exciting, I'm going to come. Can I bring Wills Portacio with me. 4 became 5, became 6. And I go, wow, my heart's pounding because I go, we're charging into this meeting on Monday morning, and we're going. And as I'm walking through the lobby, just as I'm going to hit the elevator button to go upstairs, go to bed, to get ready for the 8 o'clock meeting, Mark Silvestri is standing right there. And so, Mark Silvestri is sitting right here. Come on up, Mark Silvestri. At night, and it was and he goes, "What are you doing here?" And I sold him as hard as I could, just like I was ever. And so he's going, wow. After about a half an hour, he went, "Good. When do I have to make my decision? It's midnight now. When do I have to make my decision?" I go, "We're going up at 8. I need your answer by 7 in the morning." And he says, "So I've got to decide whether I'm going to shift my entire career as I sleep tonight." And the answer was yes. Now, I don't know how he got there, but the golden moment was so it was the best drunk decision you ever made. So at 7 in the morning, he phones me and says, "I'm in." And we become the 7. And that day, Jim Lay and Rob Liefeld and myself, along with my wife and my little baby, we go up, and that's the day that image, in my mind, begins, 1991. And so he represents to me why we're even standing here. They have been doing it for decades. Jack Kirby, when he took advantage of it. And Neil Adams and Joe King, they all came one at a time. It was too easy to replace with one. And to me, I knew we had to do it as a group. And it was only as a group that it was going to make an impact. Because one person quitting, that's been happening every week of comic book. And we need to do it as a team. And that same team now has now led me to today. This team here, amongst dozens of other colorists and other people who helped me along the way, to get this record. And here's what the record is. Let's just be clear what the record is. People sometimes use the wrong word. It is not the longest running independent comic book. I disavow the word independent. Because corporations can own independent companies. It is the longest runner, creator-owned comic book. And that's important to me because that means that the person who started the idea is still in charge of that idea. And you didn't have to make any concessions. I want to do a story, and I want to draw it. I don't have the time. If I want to hire any one of these good people up here at any time to do anything, it's my prerogative. I have to ask no permission. When people say to me, "How did you get this book as far as you did?" I've been doing a lot of interviews. How did you do it so far? It was easy, ladies and gentlemen. I don't even feel like I'm even catching my breath at this point. I'm still got a lot because I deal with so many things in my life with corporations and with lawyers and with people that at the end of the day, the creative breath of fresh air for me is my book. And I don't have to ask anybody's permission. I get to turn the Spawn, this book, and I get to go, I don't have to get approval from anybody on this planet other than me. And it's good for my personal soul. This is just how I'm wired. I need this Spawn book in my life. So 301 may seem like a long thing for you, but if I didn't have it for those 27 years, I probably would be crazy at this point. I need some sanity, and Spawn is my sanity. And these good people up here took a part of their life to help me keep my sanity, and I am thankful to all of them. So this award, and that was a long preamble, this award is built on the backs of all these people, so I want this to be a team award. Yeah. So,
Stevens. I'm an official adjudicator for Guinness World Records. I'd like to thank New York Comic Con, Image Comics, and the entire Spawn team for inviting me here today. I'm incredibly honored to be presenting such an impressive achievement, especially at an event where works and the creators are celebrated with such enthusiasm by the fans. At Guinness World Records, one of our most cherished values is passion. As I reviewed hundreds of issues of Spawn, in fact, the entire catalog, reviewing this record, the passion from Todd McFarlane and his team was very apparent as I did so.
Yeah!
I've seen many world records broken, and they come in many different types. Some take seconds, minutes, days, or weeks, but what has been achieved here has been nearly 3 decades in the making. Another one of our key values is inclusiveness. With Spawn, Todd and his team have shown that heroes and anti-heroes come in all shapes and sizes, and by co-founding Image Comics, have enabled a new generation of creators to share their stories with the world. At Guinness World Records, we also recognize success, not in a limited way. So today we are recognizing what is unique about Spawn and all the titles under Image Comics, that they are in fact creator-owned. Today we recognize the years of work and persistence that have entertained and inspired fans since Spawn #1 in 1992. After extensive research and review of this record, I can officially affirm at 27 years and 301 issues that Todd McFarlane's Spawn holds the official Guinness World Records title for longest running, creator-owned superhero comic book series. Congratulations, you are officially
with their cover for the very first time. So I would like to start with the guy who took us up over the hill, Mr. Greg Capullo. The guy I looked up to for a lot of years before I basically got to call him a friend and a peer, Mr. Bill Sienkiewicz. Where's Jerome Pena? Somebody said he's here. Is he here? Jerome, come on, jeez, I missed Jerome. Jerome Pena is up here. I forgot Jerome and all that. Jerome Pena, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to show you a little bit later, but if you haven't seen the cover of 300, take a look at it and take a look at 301, because between those two covers, he's essentially showed you a tease of what's about to come in Spawn for the next 100 issues, right? The tsunami of characters is coming. We officially, at 301, are starting, quote-unquote, the Spawn verse, and it's going to be coming in a big way, and he's basically just going to tease you with some of those right there. So, Mr. Jerome Pena, thank you for coming on board. I appreciate it. Thank you. We've got a a guy not only did he do 300, but he did 301, Mr. J. Scott Campbell. And the young kid who I'm so proud of turned into a hell of an artist, and he grew up just like Greg. When I picked him, look, people said, you never know Greg was going to be that good? No. I knew he was going to be really good. I didn't know he was going to be great. And he turned out to be great. You never know when you're drafting Hall of Famers. And he turned and he's humble, too. So, that's it. So this goes to Clayton Crane. I've got, like I said, Jonathan Glapping came in and just saved me at the end there, so I'm going to give him my cover to 301. So here's the first book is my cover to 301. Thank you. And then I've got another book here for Mark. It's got your name in it because you're in the credits there. I've got one. A Virgin Scott Campbell cover for Eric Stevenson. No, I didn't say, but you know what? Thank you for your award. I'm going to give you something. You gave me something. This cool trade. This is Alex Ross's cover. And he was obligated. 200 issues later, he's still doing his thing. He said, sure, I'll jump on the machine, Todd. So I'll trade you that, you trade me that, and we'll get to our panel. Here we go. Everybody bring up your book. Hold up your book. Hold up your book. I want to see all the books in one shot. And you people in the back, you're not even going to be able to see what's coming. You think the camera's that good? It's not that good. All right, everybody, thank you. One last applause. Inspire a couple people in this room here. There's only one way you get into this work done, ladies and gentlemen. You got to do the work. It's that simple. You got to do the work. So here's what I promise you. Here's what I know for a fact. Anybody in this room who wanted to do the Great American Novel, who had an idea, who thought you could do something, and you talked yourself out of it, and you didn't do it, I promise you that whatever it was, you will never get it. It's that simple. If you never shoot the basket, the basketball to the basket, you're never going to make any point. So, the biggest hurdle to get over, we like to make excuses as to why we do or we do not do stuff in our life. The biggest hurdle I have found from individuals is yourself. You come up with reasons as to why you can't do this, and why you can't do that, and why you can't do this, right? And there's when I hear that, there's two things that go through my mind. There's the dad part of me, and the dad part of me says, go, do it. They don't know that you can do it unless you show them. What's the worst that happens? You try, you fail, you're no worse off. Hey boss, can I get a raise? No, you're getting paid the same amount, right? Doesn't hurt to ask. You got an idea, you want to try it, doesn't work, you can go back. What are you talking about? I knew if image comic book burned to the ground, Marvel and DC would take it back in 10 seconds. It was easy. It's like, to me, it was all getting a haircut. If you don't like it, it'll grow back. It'll come back. Don't worry about it. You can always go to where you want to go to. If you do not try, you can't get there. You don't even have to be the best. You understand me? You don't even have to be the best. I am far from being the best. Right? What I am is tenacious. I'm like a dog with a bone. And you say you can't do something, Todd, shoot, those are fighting words for a guy like me. I don't know why, I'm just wired that way. You also have to be wired for war, right? I'm just wired for it. But, here's how it works. 8 people in a room. I'm one of them. They're all artists. You saw them up on stage. I would argue that I'm the weakest artist. But if I'm in a room with 8 artists, and I am the weakest artist, I am the worst drawer out of all 8 of them. There's a way, as the worst person in the room, I can still get the job, I can get credit, I can get a career, and I can get accolades. You know how I get it? I raise my hand, and the other 7 people in that room don't. You don't even have to be the best at that point. Oh shit, nobody's going to raise their hand? They're going to give me the job, and I am the 8th best. And I get it. So I have raised my hand every single time. I have said to people, I am literally donkey from Shrek. Right? It's true. It's true. And it's the scene there's the scene I talked about before, where Shrek is there, and he's got all the villagers, just like you guys, all the villagers here, all the fairyland people here, and he goes, you gotta go and do this big, strong, scary thing, and I'm going to need the best person here, or maybe even more of you. So who's going to come and help me get the princess out of the tower? I need, and guess who bounced up and said, oh, pick me. I mean, the scene? Yeah. Pick me. Oh, pick me, pick me, pick me. You remember what Shrek's next line was? Anybody else? And none of them raised their hand. And so guess who got to go on the adventure that day? Donkey. And was Donkey the best in the village? No. Was he the smartest? Oh, no. Right? But he said, I will. I will. I will. And he went and he got there. And they had a heck of an adventure, and he gets a lot of street cred because of that. The second part of me, that's the dad speaking. The second part of me, that's a businessman, that's a creative person, that knows I got to compete, whatever, I've got a different message for you. Don't do it. Don't do it. I hope you don't do it. I hope you don't raise your hand. I hope you don't compete with me. I hope you don't show your idea, because then I don't have to get better. Wow. I can be mediocre, and if everybody else that's smarter than mediocre doesn't raise their hand, mediocre becomes the best. And so, thank you for letting me have this great mediocre life, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm saying, you have 2 choices. You can either listen to Dad and try. Just try. Just do it. I wish I had invented that before 90, because it's a hell of a slogan. Or you can not. And if you don't, you won't. It's simple. So, let me also tell you, anybody that has any aspirations of breaking this record, let me just talk to you about it. It took 27 years of my life. 27. Oh, I don't think the Guinness people are still here. Are you still here? Oh, Claire. I don't mean to bother you, or I don't know what your schedule is coming up, but you know 302 will be a record. Right?
Ready for doing Tom's evidence.
No. My 302, because I'll break 301. And then 303 is a record. So Claire's going to travel with me for the rest of my life. Because every week is a new record. And I hope you got the gumption to think you go, I'm taking that old man down. I'm going to get the 302. I'll be at fucking 500 by the time. Straight up my health. I'm going, I feel this a marathon, I'm halfway through. I'm going for another 27 years. So I'm just trying to be fatherly here. which would mean that it's not 27 years of your life you have to dedicate to break this record. It would have to be 54. So, I don't know, do I have any young people in here? Who's about 20? Go ahead. Who's about 20? Okay, you stand up right here, young man. How old are you? 20. 20, perfect. It's a nice round number. Okay, as a 20-year-old, what's the chances you're contemplating what you're going to do from today to the age of 74? You don't even know what you're doing next week. Or you haven't even planned out next month. Like, no sane human being, I'm going to put this record so far out of control that no sane, look at it. If I meet a 20-year-old who says, I know exactly what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it till I'm 74, that's a potential serial killer. That's not even functional in your brain. So let me give you some fatherly advice, and you can talk to Claire, who will back me up on this. There are lots and lots of world records you can go for that take one day. If you want a world record, don't take the 55-year path. Because what happens if you actually are good at it, you're really good at it, you do it 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, and then you get hit by a bus. You devoted 50 years and you're not even going to know who the hell you are. So, if you need a world record, they've got world record like who stacked potato chips the highest in one day, right? Who ate the most pizzas with anchovies in one day, right? There are hundreds. Who can hold their breath the longest? That's not even a day, that's like minutes, right? So train for the day record. Don't go for the 55-year. You're insane if you go for that record, right? Because like I said, I'm just going to own this and it will become a stupid record. So that everybody should look at it and go, oh my God, that's pretty good. You're going to go for it? Nah, it's stupid. I'm not doing that. So there's my encouragement. There's my encouragement for everybody. So leave me alone. Stack the potato chips. Stack the potato chips and do the biggest domino effect or whatever else that we've got. So let's talk a little bit about history. I've gone over it before. That line, ladies and gentlemen, is I did that when I was 16 years old. I started my own small comic book in my basement up in Canada, and that was the cover of the book that I was going to do. You can even see the logo about the same. It's got Spawn, it's got the skull in the middle of it. I gave that motif to Tom Murkowski when he came up with the logo. And so there's Spawn with the glove and the markings, and he got the cowl, and he has the big cape. The story was a little more sci-fi, but this guy, I've been living with this guy for a very long time. So keep these things rolling here. The 100, we've been doing it, the 1, the 50, the 100, the 200, 250. Every three, if you go by 50s, every 4-ish year you sort of hit a mark and you go, oh. And if you think about it as a marathon, I don't know if any of you run any marathons or half marathon, you can't think of the full 26 miles. It will exhaust you. It will exhaust you. Matter of fact, if you have like a family reunion, you can't even think about that crazy uncle for 4 days, right? You have to think about him in small bites. You go, okay, he's going to come over and I got to talk to him for an hour, right? And so in a marathon, you think about getting to mile 1. And when you get to mile 1, you think about mile 2. You can't think about 26. So each one of these are just mile markers. This issue right here, okay, we got some old timers in here then. All right, here's what I did. Somebody made a clap here. That character, his name is Cerebus, that was the previous record holder. Dave Sim had a character called Cerebus, and he did 300 issues. He's a crazy man now, so I go, he literally woke up one day and said, I'm young, I'm going to do 300 issues, which is 25 years of your life, and then I'm going to quit. Wow. And 25 years later, plus, because, you miss a couple months because of life, he got to 300 and he quit. Wow. To his word, I just go, what strength did it take in his brain to say he was going to do a goal, and he wasn't going to quit, and that goal was going to take 25 plus years, and he just did it. And I went, wow. And so it's not even just an ambiguous record I'm breaking. I knew the man who did it, and I knew who he was, and his character was actually in Spawn, which is even cooler to me. And so The only weird piece about it is that Dave Simmons, I don't know if you guys know I'm Canadian, I'm from Canada. Dave Simmons Canadian. Dave Simmons also Canadian. So the previous world record, not North American, not Canadian, the world record was held by Dave Simmons Canadian. And I now hold the record for longest running career on book. So it begs the question, what the fuck's happening in the rest of the world? Why are you Canadians? What's happening? What's happening to the people in Bosnia? Why can't they pick it up? Morocco, come on, get your people go, come on. Somebody else can hold this record at some point. But I'm very proud of it. You're also going to see, I've talked about this before, on the back of 301. Take a look at the back of 301. It's as succinct as I could say out loud as to how long it takes to get to 301. It's as succinct as I could. What you're going to see on one side of the back cover is this picture. This picture was taken on the day I signed Spawn 1 when it came out officially. The date was June 2nd or June 4th, I forget exactly, 1992. June 1992, Spawn 1 comes out. I fly from Portland down to California, do a signing in Southern California, and to this day, my wife and I still don't know why she made me take the baby. Now, she was teaching, and then I think I got babysitters in Portland, but for whatever reason, I had the baby that day. So you see a lot of pictures of me signing on day 1, and I've got Cyan, or Dayne Cyan, I got the baby. Then we still don't know why I have the baby, what was going to be a mosh pit day, right? That baby not only is grown, full grown, there she is at New York Comic Con. Not only is she an adult, she's not past being an adult. She's gone to school long enough that she's now a surgeon, right? So, yes, I'm a proud father. Yes, I'm a proud father. I'm not saying all your kids should be surgeons. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that that's how long it took to have a baby, and they have to grow up, go to school, take a gap year off, go to med school, take another year off of research, get ready, and become an adult. Like, that's how many years to get to 301. It's not a sane goal for you people. I keep thinking, especially that 20-year-old, he's already going, I'm out of here. He's already But that's it. It's a lifetime. My daughter's a lifetime. She's the clock to me that I just go, wow, this is how long I've been going every time I look at her. And she'll be, and I die, and I do my last issue, she might be in her 50s, 60s by the time I'm done. The other piece of it is that so many people follow me on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. I've been posting these pictures, right? Let's look at these. These are real pictures. I don't do this for effect. Those pictures that are in there are, there's a couple of them, there was a lot more. There's me inking, the one on the left is me inking in a plane. You can see the plane window. Planes are really actually fairly flat, right? They don't bump too much. You can actually do some really good art on planes because it's pretty smooth. So that's a doable one. I had to go meet Greg before he came down to Phoenix for a day. He had to get his oil changed. And so he brought me some pages and I go, well, we got to start the book. And he goes, what are you doing? I go, well, when's the car going to be ready? He says, 2 hours. I go, we got 2 hours to get work done. So I sat there and I started inking his pages right there while we were waiting for the oil change. The one next to it, again, is in the car. There's my dad sitting there. And my wife was driving. We were driving up to Canada. We drove there for vacation. And I'm in the back. It seems crazy that you can draw in a car. You can't. You just have to be smart about it. You have to understand that you're going to hit bumps. And it's bumpy and you're going to hit potholes. So you can't draw human beings. But you can draw other stuff. You can draw explosions. You can draw debris. You can draw trees. You can draw rocks. There's a lot of stuff that doesn't have to be perfect. So when I'm drawing, I'll show you, I've done this hundreds of times. You guys don't even know. And you go, oh my God, that was a great explosion. Oh yeah, I'll tell you how that explosion was. It went like this. Boom. And you go, oh my God, look at the energy in that explosion. That was a deadline bump. I'm telling you. I used to live an hour away from FedEx when I lived on Vancouver Island. I had to drive an hour to get to FedEx because there was no digital. And I knew exactly that I had an hour on the road and I would just leave an hour's worth of work before before I got in the car and had my assistant drive. So that I didn't want to do Spider-Man. So I could just do all the stuff that I knew I could do in a car for that 1 hour. And that's how you get it done. You have to give up the elusive perfection. You have to give up the elusive perfection. If you're going to do and have a big career, which means a lot of work, and you're going to do a lot of creation, and those creations are your children, if you give birth to a lot of babies, some of them are going to be ugly from time to time. Just accept it. If you have one that's cute, you're good. But if you have 10, there's going to be a couple that maybe even mom might not even be able to like. So all of us as artists have done an abundance pages that we wish we could take back. And panels we wish we could take back. You may even notice them. But here's what happens with longevity. It's the body of work. It's the body of work that you guys will judge. Early in your life, when you only got 3 issues, it's that issue 1 or that issue or that issue. But you start doing a body of work, you will do exactly what I did with people who did a body of work. You will judge the body of work, which then means, and I have to have a conversation sometimes with some of these great gentlemen that were on stage. It's mind-numbing a little bit that some of these great men up on the stage still lack the confidence that I do, given that they're 10 times more talented than I am. There is no single drawing. I had this conversation recently with Greg Capullo. Greg Capullo, he's a Hall of Famer. I said Greg, and I've said this to other people, there is no single drawing, cover, page, panel, issue, line that you're about to do that will diminish your career. There's nothing he can do. His career is cemented. He's a star. He's like any other star. Kobe Bryant is a star. If he happens to basically only get 8 points that game, it doesn't diminish his stardom because he's got a career. Baseball player goes over for 4, but he's a Hall of Famer. It doesn't matter what over 4. He's a Hall of Famer. This is what these gentlemen at times don't. They chase the perfection every time. They don't let it go. Right? Let me just tell you, I have given birth to a factory of ugly babies. And you guys at times don't even know it. Because you go, oh, that issue was so good. And you give me way more credit for my artwork than I ever deserve. I've had plenty of people that say, look at Todd, all those great buildings you did during Spider-Man. The answer is like, no, I did not. I didn't do the building. Like, show it to me. Show it to me. And they go, no, they go get the book, and they're looking for it, and they can't find it. And the reason is because they thought I was doing the buildings. You thought I was doing the buildings. I wasn't doing the buildings. Here's what I did. I took a page. Okay, like, this is my entire career and my style. My style is predicated upon doing as cool as I can in a deadline-driven business. Those are the 2 components. I took a page, full page, and then I filled 80% of it with Spider-Man. Like, what are you talking about? Shit, put the lead character in the middle of it, make it as big as possible. And then, I then went on, because I had a deadline, I then took the border. Did I put the border around the frame of the body? Hell no! I actually brought it in 2 inches on each side. And what you guys did is you went, oh, God, that looks so real. He's coming out, and he's looking, bursting out of the page. He's busting out of the panel. You know why I did it? So I didn't have to draw 2 fucking panels. It's true. So I go, what's the style I can come up with that will get me through the deadline that they won't bother? And then, so that's that page. 80% Spider-Man. I'm even going to whack 2 inches around so it's white. There's nothing there. And then, did I do some buildings? Of course I did. But it was here. Spider-Man's here, and then it was like a little bit underneath his armpit, and it was a little bit between his crotch, and it was a little bit here, and you guys filled in the rest of Manhattan behind him. I didn't draw it, but your mind's eye drew it in for me. And so you guys, over time, just fell for the trick, and you guys just kept doing the drawing with me. You gave me more credit than I was ever due. God bless you. God bless you, people. I don't know how long I'm supposed to talk. Forever. So let's go through a couple of things. These are just some pictures I took during the process. Some of it was, if you go back, was me working on pages. Some of the creative people you saw up here, the way I was able to bribe them was to say, I will ink you on paper and you can keep all the artwork, right? Because they knew I was doing digital. You know, like, I'm not going to do it, you're just going to digitally ink it and I'm not going to have it. And I go, I'll ink everything and you can have every single page. Because usually you break it between the inker and the pencil. So I was able to get something, I inked all of Campbell, I inked all of Peña's, I inked all of Capullo's, and when I got to mine, I went digital. It goes faster, I'm telling you, it goes faster. And so that was it. So what you're seeing here is me doing it practical. I can see my hand holding the pen brush, working over the tables, and then as we got to 301 and some of the pages on 300, then I went back to going digital because for me it just goes just a little bit faster on it. I don't know what other kind of pictures we got here. These are again a couple of the covers I was handing out here. Some of the people that joined me on the book here, I don't know if there was any here that I wasn't able to share. Let's talk about we got another one that's got the two drones. Okay, I made a teaser about this. For wind up here. Here's what's happening. Here's why I have the enthusiasm to go 300 more issues as long as I'm healthy. And none of you guys run me over. Is that Spawn, for 300 issues, has been fighting this war. That's me. Spawn is just a metaphor for me. I just go against giants my entire life. And I just fight, and I fight, and I fight. And here's if I'm going to give myself a little bit of credit someplace, it's not that I slayed any giants. I haven't. It's that I went up against the giants, and they cannot slay me. The question when people go, hey, what are you going to do to dent those companies? What are you going to do to take some of the market share away from it? What are you going to do to go up against Hasbro, Mattel, Marvel, so by Disney, Warner Bros. I mean, these are billion-dollar corporations. You're asking the wrong question. The question isn't, Todd, how are you, the little guy, the gnat, the mosquito, going to kill the giant? The question is, why cannot the giant, with $1 billion and 1 billion people and 1 billion days of energy built up in them, why can they not slay us? And there's an easy answer, ladies and gentlemen. If you're going to go to war against an enemy, you must always find their weakness. And you know what the weakness is of big companies? They're big. It's that simple. And I'm not unlike in real life. You know what happens with big things? They move slow. And big, slow-moving machines create gaps. So now they go, hey, we're going to try and go over here. And I just go, I move. I have people at Walmart and Target and all the people I deal with say, Todd, you are a breath of fresh air, because when we ask you to do something, in 24 to 48 hours you respond to it. They will take 3 weeks to even take up a meeting to decide whether you're going to think about taking up that question. And I have an answer in 24 hours, and if the answer is yes, we're already manufacturing or developing or doing that item in 24 hours, and we're gone, and they cannot keep up that pace. Because there's too many people in the process protecting status quo, the greatest enemy you will ever run into. From my perspective, the greatest enemy you will ever run into is status quo. And some of you are guilty of it. You protect it. You protect it. Don't want change. Don't come up with efficiency. Don't do something different. Don't. There's only 2 truisms in the history of mankind. There's only 2. 1, we will all die. Get ready for it. It's coming for all of us. And 2, change. It's the only other thing that's true if you look at history. Because if it wasn't true, we'd all be living in caves. And we don't live in caves anymore. And we don't ride on the backs of camels. And we don't sort of drive Model Ts. Right? Change has always come. But here's what I know. Thousands of stories have been written that those changes came from the outside. Because once you come up with something innovative and it makes you a lot of money, you have a tendency to basically want to hold it and keep status quo. And you don't look for the change, and then somebody on the outside comes in, the crazy person, and they bring it in, and all of a sudden, no more IBM, here comes Apple. right? Because that crazy guy in his garage, Steve Jobs, comes along. This story has been told forever. So, my plea to everybody is to write that book, come up with that idea, put it out there. Currently, right now, if you are a $1 billion company and you're looking to option the best-selling book that's free, that still you can get, and make a TV or movie of right now, it's not even the top 100 book. Every book in the top 100 is off limits. Because it's either owned by Disney, who will not share it. Right there, there's the numbers. 94 books are Marvel or DC. Right? 2 of them were existing properties, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or Transformers. And then the other 4 are original. Walking Dead, it's gone. It's gone. Right? Saga's already been optioned, and then I forget the other one, but it's already been optioned. So the month that I was looking at, the first book that a $1 billion company could get is 108. 108. That's the first that $1 billion can buy. So you have to ask yourself, ladies and gentlemen, before you walk out this door, before you go, I can't do it. I'm not asking you to do something that would be the best in the country. I'm not asking you to do something that would be the 5th best or the 10th best. Or can you wake up and say, with your idea today, can I be 108? And if you think that you can, shit, you're going to be number 1 to about 1,000 producers in $1 billion corporation in Hollywood. You will be number 1 because they have to redact all the 107 before you. And if you're in the top 200, you will be a top 5 or 6 idea. Surely there's somebody in this room who believes there are at least 200 best at something. I implore you to at least have that confidence. If you don't have the grit that I have, surely you can get up and go, God damn it, I'm at least 187. On my benefit, if you only want to do one favor, return the favor to me for me doing all that work for you, go to the Joker movie. Here's why. I'm not pumping DC, I don't care, right? That's a competition. Hollywood has been bugging me for years going, make that Spawn movie PG-13, 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 PG-13. $70 or $80 million on Monday. This is what Hollywood does. They replicate, and every executive is going to be having a meeting on Monday, and they're going to go, "Oh my God, that Joker movie did wrong. We should go search for what? R-rated? No, R-rated. Dark, serious comic book material. Wonder when we can find that, right? I'm going to Hollywood, and I'm going to go do bullshit. I've been trying to cram it down your throat for 3 years, and I go, you know, dark R-rated superhero stuff, it's here, and it's the #1 selling book in the country this month. Buy it, let's go, let's get this movie going. Jamie Foxx, I had a conversation with him, he's ready to go, but we're all ready to go.